You got the touch.
This is Stan Bush, and this epic video from Optibotimus truly has the touch.
Yeah!
This is Optibotimus Coach with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Decepticon Rumble, and weighing in on the age-old debate, who is who? Is it Rumble is blue, or is Rumble is red? What is it? Who knows? Well, Hasbro tells us, and according to them, Decepticon Rumble is blue. So there, take it. It comes with the DVD, as you can see. I do believe, yeah, it's loose cannons. But that's a wonderful way to kind of cross-sell things to really kind of get people interested in Transformers Prime. I absolutely love it. It's a full episode. It's a full disc. It's not one of those little tiny mini discs. And I think it's really a wonderful way to kind of incorporate possibly new people who can't or don't get the hub. Decepticon Rumble, Deluxe class, flip around here on the side. You see his technical data. He's got a very low intelligence, 3, so he's kind of dumb. One thing that I think is awesome looking, flipping around here, well, this kind of looks good here as well. And coming up to the top, that really looks like a face to me. I don't know, who do you guys see there? Let me know, tell me in the comments, who do you see in that face? But coming around here to the back, you have his vehicle mode, his tuner car mode, which I don't know what a tuner car is, but whatever. And then looking at the bio, it says, chaos and destruction are all that Decepticon Rumble lives for. His powerful Piledriver sends shuddering shockwaves through the earth, strong enough to knock Autobots from their feet, collapse buildings, and open chasms in the ground. And as you can see, he's got snap-on Piledrivers, which also kind of dub his guns as well. So, very, very cool. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the last kind of Transformer Prime figures that we're getting before the Beast Hunters series starts. As it's Series 1, figure number 14. You got other figures here in the line. But yeah, I think Cup and him are it. And then we're going to be getting the Beast figures. But that's about it. So let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Rumble opened up and out of its packaging. And right up front, this is really goofy looking. Again, I live in California, and I live in a pretty weird, kind of strange place. I've never seen things like this hanging off the side of cars. So we're just gonna take these off. I know, I really don't get it. I mean, I understand it's got storage there, okay, cool. But it's really kind of blah, if you ask me. The vehicle mode, though, is really nice looking. I really dig it. I do wish there was some added kind of details on here. I mean, especially, you get on the back here, and you got his taillights, and there's, like, nothing. But then you got this really kind of cool Decepticon logo painted on there. So this just screams repro labels all the way. And in fact, I'll show you how that looks later on. But, I mean, I love the red windows. You got windows here that you really can't tell. You got the spoiler. Like I said, I don't know what a tuner car is, so I have no idea what this is really supposed to look like. One thing that I find very cool, if you zoom in, I really like how basically these are kind of like gas tanks, and you can kind of see little dots around them. Now, I know a lot of custom cars will put something like that on their gas tank, or at least the opening for it, and I really like that. I think that's cool. But again, coming around here, you can see a really nice Decepticon logo there, and then it just falls apart in the paint applications. Very nice, though. And then you come around to the front, another really nice Decepticon logo, but just so lacking in so many areas when it really comes to the paint job on here. It's just, like I said, it screams for repro labels. This totally could look very cool if just it had some added paint details on here. But I do dig the way this guy looks. He's really fun. You got wheels, all that stuff. You flip around here on the underside, and again, that face look, which I just think is really cool looking. I really, really do dig that. Now, to transform him, come around here to the side, you kind of have to loosen these little bits up like so, and then this whole section, you kind of have to grab it from like the top and the bottom, and then it just slides out. So do that on this side as well. Untab that, kind of push here, fold those both out. Come around here, lift this up, just get that out of the way. These rotate down and separate them. Then you want to come around here to this side. This bit right here folds in. Then you fold that all the way up. Then you fold out the foot just like so. Do that on this side. Boom, boom, bada boom. And there you have his legs assembled, and we'll get to it in a little bit, but his legs really are kind of weird if you ask me. Coming up to the top, then you take this section, separate this, like so, kind of rotate, get this all the way around. This whole thing will fold forward. It'll also make his head, which was underneath here, it'll also make that pop out, so fold that forward, rotate these around. Oh wait, rotate them around like this, there we go, and then squish them back in, then kind of sort of try and angle them. It really doesn't work all that good. Here we go. On the side, there we go. There is a actual groove section. You can see this little tab right here. There is a groove section in here. You have to make sure that gets inside there, and that's on both sides. Then come around here to this, fold these up, and then again, you have a little tab that just kind of folds over this little lip right there, and that's where that kind of tabs into place. Do that on this side as well. Boom, like so. Rotate these around and then down, around and then down, and then bring this section together, and again this will tab into place. You just gotta push it together on those two little tabs. Rotate the forearms around, kind of straighten out his head, and here you have Rumble. I absolutely dig the way this guy looks. He's kind of goofy and short and stubby and just really kind of funny to me. I mean, I love the way he looks. He's so comical. I mean, I can totally see him like running around and, hey, wait for me. I mean, it's just really kind of stubby and fun. Now, these big giant things here, these are kind of ugly, but it kind of plays into them. It's not too bad. His stability is a little bit off. You kind of really have to fiddle with his feet and stuff to get him to kind of stand there. He stands there perfectly fine. You just have to fiddle with things. Now, one of my only real nitpicks is, well, I guess I should say I have two nitpicks. Number one, when you bend his knee, you can see he doesn't have much of a knee. It's really kind of just this joint right here. When you keep it like this, it looks fine, but when you bend it, it's kind of ugly looking. But then also the way that these are, he's constantly walking like, I don't know, like he's a cowboy, you know, constantly keeping his legs spread out. I mean, you can't bring them together because he'd be tripping all over his parts, which would kind of suck. So those are my minor nitpicks, I suppose, with him. But beyond that, I love this guy. This is such a fun looking figure, and the face is really cool. I mean, zooming in, I really dig the look of that face. It is very cool. It doesn't necessarily look like Rumble, but that is an awesome looking face sculpt. And then, like I said, awesome looking torso. You can totally see you got some red translucent bits right there, which really make it look like he's got eyes there. Of course, you got a little nose, maybe a little bit of a mouth. To me, it kind of looks like the Transformers movie Starscream. It kind of has that same kind of look for me, I guess. But like I said, who do you guys think it looks like? I'm kind of curious to know what you think. For his articulation, the arms up here are on ball joints. They're very stiff though, so that when you're rotating it, it feels like it's actually pulling the plastic peg there, and then it goes. So it makes me worried that at some point in time it may stress it. And because of these giant bits right here in this section on his back, you're kind of limited in terms of as long as you keep it straight like this, you have no problem. But if you lift it and you want to rotate it, you're not going to be able to do it because those bits are there. So that really does kind of suck. Here at the bicep, he also rotates. He's got nice ratchet joints here at the elbow, moves forward and back. He doesn't rotate at the wrist, which sucks, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. Nothing at the waist. The hips here are on ball joints. He also rotates at the upper part of the thigh, bends at the knee, and then the feet here are on ball joints, and you can kind of sort of position that however you really want. So his articulation is pretty good about what we expect on these figures. Now, his accessories are these. Now, number one, if you remember from the packaging portion, these bits here in here were actually blue, so that really kind of sucks that those aren't, but you just take them and I guess it probably goes. I mean, they are actually, when you look at it, the pegs to hold them are kind of off-centered, so probably makes more sense to put them like this, where you can push them all the way down and really kind of make it look like the guns are coming out, but then you got the big giant peg here on the bottom, so that's kind of ugly. So he's got guns, which I don't have a problem with, but they really don't look like Piledrivers. I mean, they kind of sort of do. If you had wrist articulation, you could go like this. You know, I guess maybe you could rotate it like this to kind of make it look like he's got the Piledriver thing going, and then you can, you know, have him pile drive, but it really looks pretty ugly, and there's nothing that you can do with it. That's just the way that it is. So in terms of the Piledrivers, I really don't think it's executed very nicely. It works for guns, but there's so much else limiting him that they really don't work for Piledrivers. So that kind of sucks. But I mean, I do dig them as guns. I mean, I think that looks really kind of cool. Just like I said, doesn't work for Piledrivers. Now, to transform it back, you go ahead and take these, and I guess when you get it in there, it's kind of hard to get them out. One thing that's, I don't know why they would do this, but you can actually, God, yeah, this is a pain in the butt. You got a hole here, and you got pegs. Because these are off-centered, you can go like this. And you can actually combine these. Why you would want to, I don't know. I honestly don't know, and there's nothing else you can do. So we'll just set those off to the side for right now because they're kind of pointless. Now for this guy, just go ahead, rotate the forearms around like so. Take these, untab these, fold these down, just like so. I guess maybe you could do something like this with them being Piledrivers or something. I guess that kind of looks more like a Piledriver, if you ask me, than the other thing does. So that, I mean, not really a Piledriver, but maybe like a, I don't know, one of those cement breaker-upper things. Take this section, untab this, and fold this forward, then rotate this up, and, oh wait, rotate these up like so. Oh wait, duh. See, I don't know why you guys pay attention to me. Rotate these up, and then you can bring these together. These are going to tab like so. Kind of push this in, and then the head is going to fold back, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. Take these, kind of keep that up. Take these, slide these out like so. Rotate these around, kind of like that. Well, no, all the way around. My bad. Like so. Fold the head all the way back in, and then collapse this section again, keeping his head tabbed in there. Come around here to the feet, fold these bits up like so, kind of bend this, and then fold these out as you're doing it, so that'll lock into place. So again, bend the knee, fold these bits down like so. You can then tab this section together. Now once you get this all the way extended out, let's see, what are you doing? There we go. Okay, so like so, then bring these sections together. These are going to, you know, you can look inside here, you can see where the tabs are supposed to line up. Get that nice and secure like so. Kind of fold these down, straighten that out just like so. Kind of peg that right there. Rotate this around, push that in like so. That's going to lock in on that side as well as back here, and that kind of separated everything. So it's like so. Do that on this side as well. Tab that in, push everything together, and here you have Rumble back in his tuner car mode. Now the bottom line is Rumble really has become probably one of my favorite figures from the Robots in Disguise line. There's so much about this that's just really fun. Granted, the paint applications and such really kind of suck, but beyond that, this guy looks terrific. And I really think he comes across looking so good because he's not in the show. So there isn't a character model that the designers have to kind of stick to, making it a lot easier to really kind of design a figure such as Rumble. But I absolutely recommend picking this guy up if you see him. He is available now, but he is subject to availability, and prices will vary from location to location. So good luck, I hope you find him, and until next time, this has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.